Joan Mir won the Riders' Championship last year riding for Suzuki, while Suzuki themselves were crowned the team champions. However, this year they haven't at all looked like a championship-winning outfit, with just 3 third-place finishes in 9 races being their best showing. One of the big changes to come to the team during this period was the departure of team manager Davide Brivio, who hasn't been replaced yet. Joan Mir, in an exclusive interview with Motorsport, has now explained if Brivio's departure led to their decline. I'm your host, Dillon Shelley, and first up on Moto World, why Suzuki is struggling so much this year. Mir got straight to the point about Brivio's exit being a possible cause for their deterioration in performance. I don't think so. I think that for sure Davide was doing a super job here in Suzuki. He then revealed the real reason for their slide backwards. But I think it's more what I said. We couldn't find an improvement, a technical improvement, a big step as the others. He reiterated that it isn't because of a lack of direction or because Suzuki aren't trying. That doesn't mean Suzuki isn't working, they are working, and Davide was not the one who was making the specs. He then pointed out how the other teams managed to take a bigger stride this year. So, in this case, I think it's more they have to continue to improve in everything because we've seen that the others did it in a better way. Suzuki's management committee head Shinichi Sahara had recently stated that the team is not in a hurry to find a new team manager. Mir signed off by responding to that. Well, I trust a lot on Sahara, and honestly, if he thinks this, it's because it's right. He's the one who's now leading everything, and is inside the project and can see all the problems. And for sure, if he says this, it's for a reason. Fast feed. LCR Honda's Alex Marquez pointed out that it's always a bit like that. Interviewers start by saying that they have a question about his brother Mark right away. They continued to talk about him throughout the interview. In the past, it was in every race. How's Mark doing? How's Mark? How's Mark? Alex added. He further felt that he wasn't the right person to talk about it. Let them ask Alberto Puig or Emilio Alzamora, but I'm not the person to say if he was recovering well or not, Alex explained. He reiterated that he is not someone who leaves interviews because he has to talk about Mark. If he has to answer a question about him, he's open to doing so, but not 20. Honda's Paul Espargaro thinks that when the technology is so high, the human begins to have less capacity for improvisation. He further explained that the electronics do not allow them to open the throttle earlier, or only at the perfect point when the traction is given to perfection by the electronics. He also pointed out how when they have a Ducati in front of them with 20,000 wings, it prevents them from catching the slipstream due to turbulence, and you cannot get behind or overtake. But it is what it is. It is the elite level of motorcycling, and the factories invest a lot of money. The rider is important, but so is the factory. His teammate Marc Marquez has suggested that it's been 2 years without a holiday and he needs a holiday right now. His plan, if the arm permits, is to ride more with the motorbike because at the moment he just goes race by race. He further elaborated that he wants to try to ride more days before Austria Grand Prix and introduce a lot of bikes into his physical training. Moto3 Championship leader Pedro Acosta has revealed that Kevin Schwantz was always his dad's idol. I've seen many of his races with him over and over again. When I was a kid, I always wore the number 34 on my bikes. Retired world champion Kevin Schwantz, meanwhile, finds it difficult to see Valentino now in the positions he is today, where he qualifies in the last positions and then see where he finishes. And he added that Rossi has never been this far in his entire career. It's very dangerous. Not only he isn't competitive, but he crashes regularly. These crashes don't seem like him. Has the role of the rider become less important in MotoGP because of the increased use of electronics? Head over to my community page to vote in the poll and let me know what you think in the comments. And if you liked this video, feel free to subscribe and check out my others for all the latest in the world of MotoGP.